So the Osmo Pocket 3 is finally here, a tiny cinema camera with a 1-inch CMOS sensor and a touchscreen that can rotate so you can easily swap between vertical and horizontal videos. So let's take a look at the specs of the Osmo Pocket 3 and find out whether or not this is the right camera for you. Now the Osmo Pocket 3 features a 1-inch CMOS sensor equivalent to a 20mm lens with a fixed aperture of f2 and a focus range from 20 centimeters to infinity. It can also shoot videos in 1080p, 2.7K and 4K resolution up to 120 FPS. It also comes with the new Active Track 6.0, which is a huge upgrade from the previous Active Track 3.0 which we had with the Pocket 2. It also has a mechanical stabilization and fast focusing, and what I mean is the best color profile in the entire world, the amazing D-Log M10-bit. Now it also has a pretty nice looking 2-inch touchscreen with a brightness of 700 nits, which is the same brightness offered by the RC1 controller and the RC2 controller for the Mini 3 and the Mini 4 Pro. So if you're familiar with that, you know what to expect in terms of brightness when it comes to this tiny screen. As for videos and photos, the ISO range is from 50 to 6400 ISO and up to 16,000 ISO for low light videos, which is insane. And also, if you feel like punching in a bit, you can also use the digital zoom up to 4 times in 1080p, 3 times in 2.7K and 2 times in 4K. Now the Pocket 3 also comes in at only 179 grams, and it does also have what I think is the world's fastest charging system. It has a quick charge from 0 to 80% in only 16 minutes and only 32 minutes from 0 to 100%. That's insane. Now, another amazing feature with the Pocket 3 is that it can also fine-tune the exposure for different skin tones to achieve a clear, dynamic look. And talking about dynamic shots, the Pocket 3 does also have fast focusing. So it has this product showcase mode, which is just mind-blowing. I've had so many issues trying to show you guys a product here on the screen, and it just takes forever for this to focus. And sometimes I have to hold my hand like this, and it just doesn't look professional. And I've also been questioning whether or not I should buy a different camera just to make this easier for myself. But now we have this feature in a small pocket-sized camera. It's just amazing. And this is probably one of my favorite features because I've struggled so many times when I'm trying to show you something and it just takes forever for it to focus, and when it finally focuses, you know, I forgot what I was about to say and I have to redo everything over again. So now to have this on a small pocket-sized camera is just amazing, and I can actually see myself using this in the future here in the studio, whether it's, you know, replacing my Sony a7S III. I highly doubt that, but it might as well just, you know, be a part of my overhead system. It could be in a different angle just to create some, you know, additional spice here in the studio when I record these videos, or it can sit next to the camera, so when I'm holding this up it can easily just fast focus in on that and I can use that clip instead of the part that I get from my Sony camera. Another feature to the Pocket 3 is that you also have the ability to live stream. So if you do this frequently, you can now do this anywhere. And with the new Active Track 6.0, we also have some amazing features like face detection and dynamic framing. Now what's really interesting is the dynamic framing, and this basically helps you with your composition and tracks the subject according to the rule of third for a more cinematic look. The problem with Active Track is that it always tracks you in the center of the screen, but now you have the option to choose, which is awesome, especially if you're shooting cinematic travel videos or short films. Now as for pricing, there's a few options. We have the standard combo and also the creator combo, which is most likely the one that I'll get. This includes the DJI Mic 2 as well as all the accessories that I would need when I'm out traveling, like the additional battery grip and a small tripod so I can easily put it down if I'm shooting some B-roll or a time lapse. Now as for shooting modes, we also have a few options to choose from. We have the normal video as well as slow motion video, and we also have photos, time-lapse, panorama and low light video. And what I really like is that this is actually separated, so we have a separate shooting mode for low light instead of having to go through the settings each time you want to shoot some low light footage and then go back and change these settings again when you want to shoot during the day. So for me, this is a huge plus and saves me some time when I just want to get the shot instead of messing around with different settings. Now there's also a few accessories that you can get for the Pocket 3 as well to help you along the way when you're out shooting your videos with this new device, like the extended battery grip and also the mini tripod, which allows you to put it down in a more secure way. There's also an ND and wide angle filter you can get if you want an even wider shot or if you plan on shooting during the day. So the Pocket 3 has an aperture of f2, so it's actually quite bright, and to get the optimal image quality you would need to lower the shutter speed to get it closer to the double of your frame rate. So if you're shooting your videos in 30 FPS for example, your shutter speed should be 1/60 for optimal image quality. But for example, if your shutter speed is 1/200 or even 300, you'll get just as good image since there's not that same movement as it would be with a drone. But the higher the shutter speed, the more contrast and unwanted sharpness you'll experience in your footage. So it's important to keep your shutter speed as close to the double of your frame rate as possible for the best image. Now when it comes to use cases, the Osmo Pocket 3 does not have the same robust build to it as the Action 4 for example, so this is also something to consider if you're looking into these two devices. Like, I wouldn't mount this to my motorcycle for example, nor would I take it out on my paddleboard. Maybe I would skip out on a few hikes as well, so for these scenarios I would use the Action 4 or a 360 camera or even the Go 3, which I can just mount on my hat. But for those talking shots or to show a beautiful location, or when I go through the airport and want to capture some B-roll for example, the Pocket 3 might just be the better option. It might also be something I'll hand over to my wife as her main travel camera just to get her point of view as well. I also think the image quality coming from the Pocket 3 looks outstanding, and this is actually the first time I'm excited about getting my hands on a Pocket device. And I'm also curious to know if you're getting the Pocket 3 and what would be your use cases. Would it be vlogging? Would it be your vacations? Would it be some cinematic short films, or just to capture your moments? Let me know down below. So there you have my thoughts on the brand new Osmo Pocket 3. Let me know what you think of this device down in the comments below, and also don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and if you're brand new to this channel and this is the first time that you're checking out any of my videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next one. And with that said, thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.